Alright, for the sake of education, here's a basic code showcase. We have our game here, right? We hit play. Hit play, it compiles itself. Unity is great. Go to hard difficulty, we have our WSAD controls for there. And we can wait and see what happens, right? Got two little figures doing this, and you might wonder how we're doing this, right? So, here's an explanation. If you go to scene, and we're going to pan out here, because essentially this is our start scene, right? This is our little domain thingy, our menu. We'll drag in game scene here so I can show you. We have a bird here. We have some spawners. Notice they're right there respectively. The first pipe spawner, here I'll open Visual Studio, basically says every set amount of seconds. So here every 5 seconds. So we're going to spawn a pipe right here where it's going to be a random lowest point, random highest point. So you have that randomized pipe system. Then in the pipes themselves, we say we move directly right or left. There's a left script, right? We move left until we get to our dead zone, in which case we snap ourselves out of existence, right? And same thing here, we move right until we move out of our dead zone, then we just bop ourselves out of existence. Very simple. For the pipe hard spawner, basically we have this variable here called difficulty, which is set when we enter the hard mode, which means that when that happens, only then will our spawner start spawning. And the same goes for our bird logic, which is just if the difficulty is hard, then we can use all of this neat code, which says we can move left, right. If we die, which is if we hit anything, then the game is over, and we zoom out for that little funny shot at the end there. You'll note that on the bird, the hitbox is incredibly small, because I know all of you suck at Flappy Bird, and you need this as padding. Otherwise, you'd get a score of like 3 and then die horrifically. The bird itself has a rigid body, which is just, it's a physics object. It's got no gravity, which is why we have to set it here. If the difficulty is normal, then we have the gravity, we have the normal drop. If it's not, we have our WSAD controls, right? Which is just very classic. And yeah, that's about all of the basic things with this. We have some logic controllers. We got a game over screen. I wanted to call hard difficulty Jackson difficulty, but then I thought that'd be too insulting and too difficult for him, so maybe we'll make that later. This was just for debugging purposes. I wanted to see if we were getting to the difficulty, which we were. Everything's fine. These numbers are just cool numbers. And yeah, that's about it. There's your code explanation.